What's good with y'all? Y'all are watching ag.speaks. I appreciate everybody for coming to the channel. If it's your first time, welcome. If you a returning member, thank you so much. You're helping the channel out a lot. I appreciate all y'all. And on this topic we talking about today, we'll be talking about detaching from the moment. And detaching from the moment, I know that sounds a little weird to a lot of people because people usually tell you to stay in the moment or to embrace the moment or to live in the moment. But in this video, and those things are important too. Let me say that those things are important too. You got to find balance now. You got to have balance. But another thing that people don't talk about is detaching from the moment. Now, detaching from the moment is important because everybody isn't successful right now. Everybody isn't where they want to be in life right now. Everybody is not doing what they love right now. There's certain people in life who are doing things they would rather not do, but they have to do in order to make ends meet, in order to use it as a stepping stone to get to the next level. It's some people that's on the grind right now, and the grind is not always a fun place to be. And y'all know this, man. The grind could be anything, but it's some people who just are really not where they want to be right now. And I'm speaking to those people right now. When it comes to detaching from the moment, it's like this. Let's say if you work in a job that you really, really hate, you can't stand it. Every day you go in there, you're miserable, you mad, but they paying you really well. They're paying you well enough for you to pay your bills and to even have a little bit of money on the side to invest. And you have investment ideas, and you've been investing, but the job is killing you. You get to a point where you might just quit. And if you quit, it's gonna put you in a way worse situation in life. But at the same time, you feel like at least you won't have to go back to that place. So this is the way I feel. I feel like I understand the feeling of that. I've been through that, and this is how I feel. I've always been happier. Okay, how can I put this? I've always been happier in the end staying at a job that I didn't like that was paying me well because I was able to get everything paid for, and I didn't have to worry about not paying bills and then feeling like I'm not doing enough. But when I stayed, whenever I would leave a job real quick and I started falling behind on bills and things like that, I always felt like, I hate to say less than a man, but I just felt like I wasn't doing what I needed to do as a human being in general. Like, just in this life I'm living, it's like I'm not taking care of my responsibilities, and that's a terrible feeling to have. And then you start getting depressed. Like, I'm gonna speak for myself. I start feeling depressed. I just wanted to sleep through the day because I didn't have nothing better to do. I didn't have no work to do. You know what I mean? And I just felt like I didn't have no money to support myself. I didn't have money to go get a nice meal, or I didn't have, you know what I'm saying? So I just started feeling like trash. I started feeling terrible. So I'm just trying to put things into perspective. Like, you gotta pick your poison, you know? Like, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And the reason why I titled this video, "You Gotta Detach from the Moment," is because when I say you gotta do what you gotta do, like, sometimes you gotta just take your mind out of your current situation. When you at work doing something you don't want to do, like, try to think about the future. Try to think about the reason why you started the job. Try to think about how happy you was when they actually gave you the job. And you like, damn, I don't gotta be broke no more. Like, think about how motivated you was just to get out of that situation where you ain't had no money, you was broke, you was falling behind on bills, you wasn't financially stable at all. Like, just take yourself back to that moment and remember why you started and remember where you want to go. Like, when you could detach yourself from the current moment and you could think about the future and you could remember the past at the same time and remember your motivation for doing this in the first place, you will be a lot better off trying to get through the days, trying to get through the weeks, trying to get through the months, trying to get through the years. And if you work hard enough for a certain amount of time, it may not even take as long as you think to actually reach your goal. If you stay focused for long enough, people make it to their dreams and goals in 6 months. Some people make it in their dreams and goals in a year. A lot of people, they don't have to wait 10 years to make something happen, to just get out of a job or whatever the case may be. You can make that happen this year, but you have to stay focused. You got to stay focused. You can't get sidetracked too much, and you got to remember why you started. And that's where detaching yourself from the moment makes sense, because if you stay in the moment to the point where you're just sitting there focusing on why you don't want to be there, why you don't want to do the work, and you just complaining about everything and you feel like your life is miserable, it's going to be so hard to stay focused. It's going to be so hard to continue doing what you got to do. And 9 out of 10, you're going to quit prematurely before you actually reach your goal. And when you quit prematurely before you reach your goal, worse days are to come financially. Worse days are to come energetically for you, and you might just start being depressed because, like I said, when you're not doing what you need to do, and you start falling behind on bills, and you start having certain hardships in life, it's just not a good feeling, man. So I just feel like everybody needs to understand, like, you got to find your way to get through the things you don't like. You have to find a way to get through the things that's gonna support you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find a way to just keep yourself motivated enough to where you can get through to the next part of your life. once you get through to the next part of your life, you'll feel so much better. It's always way better on the other side, man. And that's pretty much all I had to say for this video. This is not gonna be a long video at all. It's just something I wanted to tell y'all, like just something to keep in mind, because I feel like a lot of people don't get this type of information. A lot of people don't hear this type of thing. Like I never heard nobody tell me to detach from the moment. But it's just something that I've learned over the years and just going through certain things in my life. I always learned that that's the best way I can keep myself motivated, is just to remember the person I want to be, where I'm going, and why I started in the first place, and where I was at when I first started, and like how motivated I was to bring myself out of that situation. And once you bring yourself out of that situation, people will get complacent. And once you get complacent, you'll start having those thoughts of going back down there to that place, because you already are out of that situation. You're not even realizing that you're putting yourself back down there mentally. People are programmed mentally. So when you get when you get in a situation where you can make it when you get in a situation where you make it out the bottom and then you make it to a comfortable spot, a lot of people are programmed in the bottom still. People just had the mindset to get up out the bottom, but people still are in the bottom mentally. It's still a lot of things from their past that follow them. You know what I'm saying? It takes time to deprogram a lot of things from your brain. So when you up here like this, right, and you made it out this bad situation, you're not really up yet, but you made it out of a bad situation. You're cool right now. And then once you get to a point where you feel comfortable, you don't want to work the job no more. You're like, man, I quit. I got a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really struggling right now, man. I don't want to come here. You know what I'm saying? And once you quit the job, or once you quit whatever you got to do, you just start falling back down gradually, and then you find yourself back. And that's why people always finding new jobs, and people always is a back and forth situation. You know what I'm saying? Myself included. I've been doing this. I've done the same thing. It took me a while to learn what I've learned. But I don't know why I'm still making this video. I was supposed to end it about a minute ago. But I hope y'all really understood what I was trying to say. And I hope this helped anybody who needed to hear it, man. I appreciate y'all for watching me. I appreciate y'all for supporting me. And other than that, I don't got too much to say. I'm gone.